Hi everyone, this is Domino from Cotton on Manchester. I hope everyone is well. I hope you can hear me because normally I'm quite loud. That's how it is. But I'm in the room next to where my daughter's sleeping, so I'm trying to use my inside voice for this video. But I hope everyone's well. Thanks for joining. Hello to anyone that's coming from Cotton on Leeds as well. Thank you for joining. So this video is all about how to sell at an art fair. So I'm just going to wait a couple of minutes because it's live. So I'm just going to stall a little bit to let people join. And if you've got any questions whilst the video's on, do add a comment or send me a message and I'll try and answer those. So I hope everyone's well. While I'm stalling, I'll tell you all about the Art All Dayer. This video, I want people to be able to watch it, whenever they're selling at an art fair. But I'm doing this in the lead up to the Cotton on Manchester Art All Dayer. So depending on when you're watching this, the next one's Saturday, the 20th of November. But we will be doing them seasonally. So we want to do 4 a year. And the Art All Dayer is our multi-art event. So we have a huge art fair, around 65 local artists selling their work. We'll have art workshops and an art exhibition as well. So let's get through it. So this video, as I say, it's all about how to sell at an art fair. So it's just things that I've picked up from doing a few art fairs now and a few different events. I wouldn't call myself an artist. I've not personally sold at a fair, so don't take everything I say as like guaranteed. It's literally just some thoughts that I've had, some things people have asked me in the past from doing different events, some things that I've noticed, as I say, from doing previous events. So we create our art fairs and we do it by an open call, and we create these events to have like a level playing field for all different artists. So whether you're an established artist and have been doing it for years, or whether you're a new artist or a new student and this is your first time. So as I say, I'll be talking about different points. Some of you might be like, these are obvious, and I'm sorry, but as I say, it's things that I've picked up on and things that people have asked me and asked for advice and stuff. So okay, let's get to it. So first question, what to bring? Obviously each artist is different and you've all got your own styles and you've all got your own specialities, but in terms of like for example, I was speaking to a photographer and he was asking me what to bring at an art fair in terms of which of his pictures to print, what sizes to print, whether to frame them or not, all that kind of thing. So we just had my advice to him was have a look through his Instagram or his website or whatever and try and find the pieces that have had the most likes or the most interaction, the ones that seem to be the most popular. Use one of those like top 9 of the year apps that you can get, and that'll easily show you kind of your top 9 liked pictures on Instagram. And obviously if they're the most popular on the internet, then they're likely to be your most popular sellers as well. So that's a good place to start. I also said, if you can, and I know a lot of this is all down to cost and stuff, but I'm just, as I say, just giving tips. If you can, think of different sizes of things. So obvious for artists who can do prints, you can print them A4 or A3. They tend to be obviously the most popular sizes. But if you're doing, I don't know, hoop embroidery, there's different size hoops that you can make. Or if you're doing jewellery, there's studs to there's, big dangly things. I don't know. I'm just... the better variety of things that you can bring is obviously going to be better, because especially with our type of events, we have such a mix of like audience and guests coming, and a mix of how much they're wanting to spend as well. So you've got to try and cater for students that have got a few quid that want to put something up on their art, on their wall, or I don't know, older generation people that have got money to burn and, they've paid all their bills and they've still got money to spend. So I'm just saying, basically, variety, different sizes. Have a look at what's most popular from your Instagram and you can go from there. I think that's it. Oh, another idea I had. Do an Instagram poll. So kind of similar to what we did when we did our Mank of the Year competition, we had 2 artists and we put 2 pictures up and we asked people to vote for their favourite. So you could do that with your work as well. Say if you're not really sure which one to bring, you can ask your followers, have 2 pictures up, you've got that poll thing that you can use on Instagram, and just say, which do you prefer? And that'll give you an idea of which pieces your audience like. Because I think for an artist it's so difficult to, because you're in your work and you're surrounded by your work all the time, and you are going to have your personal favourites and you're going to have ones that you don't really like, but someone else might absolutely love it. So just give your audience a chance to like your work and give them a chance to have a say, and then you'll have a better idea of what to bring. Okay, enough on that one. Pricing. Okay, this one's tricky. I obviously can't tell you how much to price your work for. That's a given. What I can tell you is, and what I've heard other people do, is think of your hourly rate. So if you were a normal office job and you wanted to earn £10 an hour, right? That's your hourly rate. So how many hours did it take you to make that piece of work? And then on top of that, how much was the materials for it? How much is it going to cost you to print? How much is the packaging going to be? And then add all that together. So, obviously I've started a lower hourly rate for a specialised skill, but that's what I'm saying, is basically that's the way I do it, I think. So if you've made a painting and it's taken you 6 hours to paint, how much do you want per hour? Add all your costs of paints and your canvas, and add all your costs of packaging and all that jazz, and then work out. Or the other way to do it is, let's say, add all your costs up and then work out how much you want to make as a total. On top of that, what do you want as your buffer, your extra for that piece of work. Another thing though, just bearing that in mind, a lot of the people that have come to our fairs, a lot of the artists and people that have done prints at our fairs, tend to sell a print around £20 to £40, and again that would be a mix of A4 and A3 sizes. So just bear that in mind as well. You're gonna have, if you come into one of our events or any art fair where there's other people there, you don't want to be the most expensive for a certain particular size of a print if everyone else is selling them around that kind of 20, 30, £40 mark. So that's just something to consider. And maybe you want to charge more, and maybe you find an event where the audience, you think the audience is right to charge more. You've got the audience where you can charge more. But as I say, at our previous events, the average A4 or A3 print tends to be around £20 to £40. So that gives you a bit of an idea. Okay, pricing then leads me quite nicely onto forms of payment, and I do get asked this quite a lot. So the way we work, you as the artist are totally responsible for your payment. We don't have a central point of payment. It's all individual for the artist. Cash is obviously a given. You've got to have some loose change in case people want to pay cash. But nowadays, I think everyone should have a card reader. And they're really not that expensive anymore. So we as Cotton On Manchester and Cotton On Leeds, use SumUp. Oh, I think it's packed actually. So yeah, it's just a little card reader. The charge on it's really good. I think it was like £19 initially. Or I bought a second one with a charging point, that was about £30 odd. And then, so that's your initial outgoing cost of that. And then I think they take 1.5 or 1.7% off each transaction. Zettel as well is another one that's very, very similar prices. So SumUp or Zettel are the ones that I found to be the cheapest, and I think that when you search for card readers, they're the ones that come up as the most popular. Because I know personally I don't carry cash anywhere anymore. And I think a lot of people, and as well, say if someone has 20, 30 quid on them, they buy one piece of art with that cash, then, and they want to buy something else, depending on where you are in the art fair, you might have missed that cash transaction and they want to pay you on something with card and you're not got a card. Basically, I really, 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 really highly recommend that you get a card reader. And they're dead simple. They link to your phone with Bluetooth. You type in how much you want to charge on your phone. It says it on the card reader, and then they just tap the reader. And then on your phone, it says, do you want to send them a receipt? And then you can type in their email address. And it's just dead simple. So yeah, I really do think everyone should have a card reader and should be having to lose change for cash. Also, when I've been to a previous art fair, I've paid via PayPal. So I've gone on my PayPal, and you can send money just with someone's email address. So if you've got a PayPal account, you can do that as well. So again, that's kind of similar to a card reader. It's not as simple, but it is another way of doing it without cash. And I've also seen people accept Bitcoins. I don't know anything about Bitcoins, I'm not going to lie. If you want to do Bitcoins, good on you, but I'm not one to advise on that because I literally don't know anything about it. So that's forms of payment. Also, I don't know, this kind of links to my next thing, but display your prices. Have your prices quite clear, because some people are quite nervous when they come to art fairs, and they're quite nervous about speaking to the artists. They can find it quite daunting, so you don't want people to be like, how much is that? How much is that? How much is that? Like, have nice labels. Or, I mean, I say nice labels, it's up to you. But I'd recommend having some labels, or, labelling up how much each of your pieces are, so it's clear for people. Which then now leads me on to the next point on how to decorate your table. So for our art fairs, we have 2 table sizes. Either a small, which is 122 centimetres by 76 centimetres, so like 4 foot by 76 centimetres, or a large table, which is 6 foot, so 183 centimetres by 76 centimetres. So some points from what I've seen previously, have a nice tablecloth, because the tables that we hire, I'm not going to lie, they've been used a lot. There's scratches and stuff, they're just brown tables. When you go to a hire company and you're hiring 65 tables, you can't guarantee they're going to be like brand new, spanking, beautifully clean tables. That's the events industry. Look, I'd love to buy brand new tables myself and really, really look after them, but 65 Chesil tables is very, very expensive. So bring a table cover for your table. And that doesn't have to be anything jazzy, just a nice tablecloth, just a nice table cover. You can get them really cheap off eBay. I'm a big eBay fan. I absolutely love eBay. There are other websites that you can buy from, and there are other card readers that you can buy from. But you can get so much stuff off eBay really cheaply. Also, if you're going to bring a tablecloth, maybe like a heavy duty one, because actually I need to take this advice on. We've got a tablecloth, and it's quite lightweight, so it's not the best. We need like a thicker fabric to hold it down, but anyway, we'll learn from that. And iron it as well. Okay, so how to display your work. So I think levels are quite good. So you want things at different eye levels. You can bring like boxes to stand things on, have things flat, have things up on easels. Like there's some table easels that you can get. I've seen people display things in crates, like old wooden crates. I've seen people make like full-on wooden like display racks that are tabletop ones, but like kind of like a ladder type thing, but on the table, which look really good. And I've even seen a drying rack on a table. Yeah, you're right. That's what I said, a drying rack. But it worked. It was just one of those like I don't know how to describe it, like a Z frame. So you've got like the 3 sides, and they've got the lines in between. And the artist like used pegs and just pegged them on the drying rack, and he covered it enough so you couldn't tell that it was a drying rack, and it looked all right. It looked good, and that does those type of things will make your table stand out to everybody else. If you've got different levels, if you've got different ways of displaying, your work, you've just got to kind of be imaginative with it. I've seen people use cake stands for like jewelry pieces as well. So yeah, levels. Think of different levels. Also, framing your work. So someone did ask me whether it was worth framing them. I think for display, it's quite nice to have a couple framed. Obviously, you can sell them as well, but have the option of non-framed too, because frames are quite personal to each person. So in my house, not, this is a pinboard, not the same, but we've got an art wall downstairs and all of the frames are white. And the same, actually, we've got photos going up the stairs in the hallway and all the frames are white. Some of them we've had to spray paint. But I'm saying if I was going to an art fair and I really wanted a piece and it was in a black frame and they only had that one option, I'm not going to spend the money on the frames. It's not going to suit my house. So have them framed because I think it'll look quite nice on your table. But as I say, have the option to sell that print or artwork or whatever unframed is my advice. I've mentioned prices on display. I'm just reading my notes, sorry. Business cards / something to take away. I think it's a good idea. And again, it obviously depends on how much budget you want to put into your table and how much you want to spend on, what you have and what you say. But I did see something on Facebook. I want to say it was called Awesome Merchant, I think, or Awesome Merchandise. And they were doing an offer of 100 business cards for £5. So, you can get 100 for £5 is a pretty decent price. And it's just a tiny little business card with your artwork on it. Or you could, print them off as your pricing labels and you can write the prices on there, but you'll have a nice little label to use. Just different things like that. But yeah, I think something... And you can get flyers as well. You can get, flyers really cheaply. I think I use printed.com. Again, there are other places you can buy things from. And I think... I've not done it for this one, but for a previous event, I've ordered, I think it was 250 flyers for £12, not including delivery. So it's not too expensive to have something that someone can take away. And as well, that gives them the option to have a thing, and you might have further sales. Maybe if you didn't sell something to them at the fair, they've got your information there. They've got something of yours to look back on and be like, oh yeah, I remember seeing that person. And they might go on your website, they might go on your Instagram, they might want to buy something. Having something people can pick up and take away is always quite a nice thing. And also think about how you're going to if you have sold something, how are you going to bag it up for them to take it away? Are you going to put it in envelopes? Are you going to put it in a wallet? Are you going to put it in a carrier bag? Just all these little things make a big difference to that kind of buyer's experience. So have a think about what you're going to put the artwork in. So jewelers, have some nice tissue paper. So what I think is always really nice when they've got tissue paper and little stickers. I mean, it's just really nice when you get that kind of thing. Or I get save all of these stuff. So obviously if you're getting things printed, you're gonna get them delivered in tubes or big envelopes and stuff. So I've literally got a ton of these type of tubes in the house for all the posters that we get printed, but I'll save them because you don't know when you'll need them. Or if you get deliveries of things in a cardboard envelope, just keep it. How many of each print would you recommend? Okay, so someone just asked, how many of each print would you recommend? Oh, that's a tricky one. I guess I'd go back to what I said earlier. I guess it depends on the popularity of that print. So if you've had a look and if you had a look on your Instagram and your or you've done a poll or you've checked out what your most popular images are, print more of those because the likelihood is that they're going to go. But I've also seen, because I think I did this, someone had pretty much sold out of this particular type of print. She kept one behind and she was just taking orders for it. So she kept the last one, so she had it on display because obviously it was popular. And we just made an order for it and then she posted it to us. So you've got that option as well. So I know I've not really answered your question. I've not given you a number. I don't know, in all honesty. I'm not going to lie. But that will lead me nicely onto the one of the points at the end. So I will come back to that one. Because if I don't know, I might as well say it now. If I don't know the answer, ask someone else. I don't know because I've not sold a fair personally. So I wouldn't be able to advise you on how many of each print some of the artists bought. However, we have so many artists on our list and that are selling at the event. So maybe search #CottonOn Manchester and see who else has been promoting the art fair, and just ask them. Honestly, everyone is so lovely, and this is one of the really good things about our events. Everyone talks to everybody, and it's really good for networking, and it's really good for meeting other artists. So I really don't, just dropping someone a message saying, "Oh, I see that you're also selling at the Cotton on Manchester Fair," or whatever fair. I'm obviously going to talk about our own, but whatever fair. Can I ask for some advice on how many prints you printed? And I'm sure they'd be able to help, and really are. So if I don't know something, honestly, just ask people because people are nice. So how to decorate a table, to summarise that one, because that one's quite important. So as I say, I think levels are quite good. So if you've got things you could put on boxes or crates, or if you've got some kind of way of displaying something to take away. How are you going to pack up your artwork once sold? Also think about things to make you stand out. So I mentioned the tablecloth. Maybe you get a jazzy one. Maybe you get something funky fresh. Or as I said, someone bought a drying rack. Like, I've never seen someone use a drying rack before, but why not? Like, it works. So just have a look around your house. It really doesn't have to be expensive to have a decent display. Just have a look at things and think about how you can use it, and bring different things along that just make your table that little bit different. What is your unique selling point? Have a think. So right, what's my next point? This one's a bit tricky because it does depend on how comfortable you feel doing this, but I would highly recommend that you talk to the guests, the people that are coming to the event, the attendees. So as people are going round, a potential buyer, they're unlikely to start the conversation with you as the artist. They'll be, as I say, they'll be nervous. It's quite a big event. Even me personally, and I'm quite a shy person, if you haven't noticed, I wouldn't necessarily go and start talking to the artist, but if the artist started talking to me, I would be all in there. I'd be all in and be chatting away with them. So if you see someone walking past your table, maybe you've seen them stop for a little second, at a glance, just say hello. Just say, "Hi, how's your day going? Thanks for coming," and just see where the conversation goes. Because, this is like a point that goes beyond just selling your artwork at an art fair. People love to buy from people that they like. It's as simple as that. If people like you, they are more likely to buy from you. It is literally that simple. People want to spend their money with people that they feel comfortable with, people that are friendly. They want to help people that they like and use that money wisely. Like, how many of you would buy something from your friend if they've started a business because they're your friend? You would, right? Because you like them. It's as simple as that. So just talk to people, literally just say hello. Also, a compliment goes a long way. I'm taking this all from, what's the book? Oh, here it is. How to Win Friends and Influence People. So I've read this a couple of years ago now, and it is a really, really good book. It's quite old, but a lot of the points still stand. So learning people's names and using their names is a big plus. Compliment, just say, "Oh, I love your top." That, again, only if it's genuine. Don't just start complimenting everyone if you don't actually believe it. But literally just talking to people. They are there because they want to know what the event is. They're art fans. They probably want to buy something. So you've already got things that you can start a conversation about. It's just as simple as that. It really is. So, I'd highly recommend engaging with the people there, having a conversation. So another example of this, which actually didn't work because we didn't have any money, but we went to an art fair and we're talking to this artist, and no offence to the artist, I wouldn't say name, her type of work wasn't necessarily our style, but she was just so lovely that we really, really, really looked through all of her work to try and find something that was right for us, just because she was just the loveliest person, but her artwork wasn't really right for us, and it wasn't going to suit the house or anything. But that is an example of, and where we've been speaking to someone so much and just thought she was just so lovely that we tried to spend our money, but it didn't happen. So talk to people, be nice, have a chat with them, talk about your work, talk about them, talk about their day, blah, blah, blah. Right, I'm nearly done. So the last point, where you can get more advice, and this links back to someone asked a question before. Sorry, I didn't. It was Pretty by Nature. If you don't know, or if you're worried about something, or if you've got some questions, do just ask people. Honestly, the worst that can happen is they ignore you, and you're still in the same boat. You still don't know the answer, and that is literally the worst thing that will happen. They just don't answer you, so you've not lost anything. You've not embarrassed yourself. You're literally in the same boat. If you don't ask, you don't get, and I'm a firm believer of that. I'm not saying that in a horrible way. You just be friendly with people and just ask. So as I say, have a look at people that have done fairs before, other artists that you like. Have a scroll for like people. A lot of people put the photos of their tables on Instagram and stuff. So have a look, see how other people have displayed it. Drop them a message, say, I really like that table stand. Where did you get it from? Or, that table cover's really nice. How much did you spend on it? Literally, whatever it is, I'm sure they'd be more than happy to give a little bit of advice. So just, if you don't know, or if come and ask me, and if I don't know, then I'll try and find the answer for you, or I'll try and point you in the right direction. But I really do think the more people you speak to, the better, really. And you're gonna get different points of view from different people. And it'll just help you and how you sell or work or whatever, because you've literally got nothing to lose and everything to gain. Just be nice, just say hello, just say I need some help, it's my first time, I'm just a bit curious, and I'm sure they'll help. Right, so that's it. I don't think there's any other questions. I'll just try and scroll through these to make sure I've not missed anything. If you do have any questions, jot them down now before I go. No, I don't think I've missed anything. So I hope that's helped. I'll do a quick recap before I go. So the bullet points were what to bring, have a look through your Instagram, maybe do one of those top 9 app things and see what's your most popular artwork, or if you've got Google Analytics, go on your website, see, what pages people are going on and if that links to certain artworks, and bring more of those. And bring a variety of sizes, a variety of prints, a variety of your work, because you just don't know who's going to be there, and you don't know what type of audience you're going to be appealing to. Pricing, again, this is totally up to you, and you can totally ignore this advice, but what I'd recommend is working out what hourly rate you want, and adding your materials on top of that, and rounding up to a nice number. Forms of payment, cash and card reader are the popular ones, and I really do think it's worth investing in a card reader if you're going to do events like this, because everyone pays by card these days. How to decorate your table. Do get a tablecloth or table cover of some kind. Think about levels, think about ways you can display things, and think about making sure your things are labelled quite well so people know how much things are. Talk to people, talk to the audience, talk to the guests, the attendees. Say hello, be friendly, be welcoming, engage with them. The more you engage with them, the more they're going to be looking at your work, and they might find something that they want to buy. And if we haven't covered everything, or if you've got more questions, talk to people that have done it before, because, as I say, everybody that I've met have been lovely and willing to help. And there's just lovely artists out there that have done it time and time again, and just literally drop them a message and I'm sure they'll be able to help and give you some advice. Okay guys, I'm done. Oh my god, I can't believe the Art All Day is on Saturday. I hope you're all coming. I can't wait to see everybody there, and I need to get some sleep beforehand because I doubt I'm going to sleep Friday night, so I'm going to need to sleep tonight. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you've got any questions, do let me know, and as I say, I'll do my best to answer them. Alright, bye.